Do you struggle with overeating, or are you frustrated that you can never seem to find the balance you are looking for between hunger, fullness, and satisfaction with your food? I want to share some real words from women just like you. Hey, Elizabeth, my number one struggle in my relationship with food is trusting myself to believe I can stop eating when I'm full, and then following through with that promise to myself. I always say, I will next time. And then I never do and feel like I'm damaging my relationship of trust with myself. Or how about this one for another client? Hey Elizabeth, my biggest struggle is binging. I can go periods of time when I'm being super uptight about what I eat and I don't binge at all. But as soon as I relax a little bit, I'm back to the binge eating. Or lastly, it's easy for me to plow through a whole row of Oreos before I've even realized what I've done. Then I beat myself up for doing that. Another thing I do is tell myself I'll eat just one of something, and then again, I always end up eating way more than I intended. So let me ask you, did any of those words feel like they were taken right out of your mouth? Finding a balance with food is a juggling act. We start by being so sure we'll stick to our new diet or meal plan, but as soon as we get hungry or want something that's not on our plan, we end up clear on the other side of the spectrum, overfull and guilty. So, how do you stop overeating and listen to your body? Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and I'm here to help you achieve the balance you're looking for with your nutrition, to help you make peace with food once and for all. There are 3 simple steps to helping you stop overeating and binging. They are: 1, to recognize what hunger and fullness feel like to you. 2, throw out perfection. And 3, have a flexible plan. So let's start with number 1. Do you even know what hunger and fullness feel like to you? Everyone feels these things a little bit different. So I want you to visualize a scale from 1 to 10. 1 is the most starving you've ever been, and 10 is what I like to call Thanksgiving stuffed, because I know you've been there and you know what, I know what it feels like. When honoring our hunger and fullness, our goal is to avoid the extremes. Extreme hunger often leads to overeating. Then when you've overeaten, you feel guilty. It's just this vicious cycle that we go through over and over again. So let's start with something simple. Take a minute to think about your level 3. You're not starving, but you're hungry. What kinds of signals does your body give you? Do you get a headache? Do you get nauseous? Does your stomach growl? Do you get grouchy? Or what I lovingly call hangry? Pick your top 1 or 2 signals. I call them signals because it's your body trying to tell you something. And then listen to it. If you need a meal, eat a meal. If you only have access to a snack, eat it right then. The key is to listen and then to act. Now, what number should you eat to feel satisfied but not overfull? Well, we know 10 is not our goal. This is another chance to listen to your body. What do you feel like when you're satisfied with your food? Does a little voice in your head say, hey, that's enough? How many times do we ignore that little voice that is actually trying to tell us we'll be totally happy and comfortable if we stop there? Remember, the key is to listen and act. Try it out. I want you to start listening to your body, and you'll be surprised what you've maybe ignored listening to for so long. Okay, let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is to stop overeating and to throw out perfection. Yeah, I don't know why we as women feel like we have to be perfect at everything we do, but I know that I'm guilty of it. In fact, I've been known not to start something unless I know I can start it perfectly. It sounds ridiculous saying out loud, but it's true. When it comes to diets and nutrition, we think we need a perfect plan to follow. A perfect plan that eliminates all sugar, carbs, and anything that's not approved from day 1. By day 3, or 3 hours into it if you're me, you're miserable. Get rid of perfection. Let me say that again. Girl, get rid of perfection. It's not realistic and it's not good for anyone. If you eat 1 cookie, don't tell yourself to eat 10 more because you've already blown it. And don't worry, we'll talk about that in more detail in another video. That's a big, hairy beast of a subject. Try eating 1 cookie. Ask your body how it feels, and then reevaluate. And if you do blow it, be kind. Ask yourselves what led up to the binge. Did you allow yourself to get too hungry? Were there emotions that got in the way? Did you feel like you needed something to satisfy you more than whatever food you were going to eat? Whatever it is, just be kind to yourself. Throw out that perfection and accept that you'll make mistakes. We're all human. Okay, let's move on to the last step. Step number 3 is to have a flexible plan. If you're one to work through lunch or get busy and skip a meal, this is especially important for you. It's hard to hear the signals in your body telling you it's time to eat when you don't actually have anything around, or are in your car, or maybe aren't prepared. So my advice is simple. Always have a little food on hand everywhere you go. It doesn't matter what it is, just have something that you know helps fill you up or satisfy you when you need something. Mine is a simple bag of trail mix. It doesn't need to be refrigerated, and it's a filling snack for me when I'm on the go. So find something that works for you and be flexible. Remember, things won't go perfectly all the time, but do your best to follow the 3 steps to help you avoid overeating and binging. First, understand and listen to your hunger. Second, throw out the perfection. And third, have a flexible plan. If you need more help with the concept of understanding this hunger and fullness and all those cues that go along with it, I have a blog post all about this with a free workbook to help you identify what this looks like in your own life. It's linked in the description below if you want to grab it. And if you like this video, hit subscribe and share it with your friends. I will see you next time, my friend.